Here's Brody Brazil.
So I promised you here on this YouTube channel I would continue to cover the Arizona Coyotes and whatever comes next for this inactive franchise. Well, the next big thing, as we know it, is trying to win that land auction from the state of Arizona. It happens in late June. It's probably going to be at least $70 million for about 100 acres north of the Loop 101, just north of Scottsdale. That's the site they wanted to use for the now former team that's headed to Utah. Now they need that site to try and bring expansion back. They've got a promise from the NHL. If they can get a building within 5 years, they will get their team back. But something else stuck out to me as I heard the last couple days and week of press conferences, and that was that the Coyotes were going to need to declare a theme park district for this site. If they won the land auction, it would have to be declared by either Phoenix or maybe the county or the state, by somebody, as a theme park district. And I really didn't understand that part of it. Why would it necessarily need that designation? The owner, Alex Meruelo of the inactive Coyotes, he basically said, I need people to help me out. I'll pay for everything, but I need them to help me out with this. And that is where the story continues, and it's covered here by 12 News, the TV station, the NBC affiliate down in Phoenix.
A bill in the Arizona Senate may make it easier for the Coyotes to return, but opponents say this is just another way to give more free incentives to the team's former owner. 12 News journalist William Pitts explains how the bill came about.
Technically, he's still the owner. He owns the team franchise and its history. It's just an inactive franchise with the NHL.
This bill was originally completely different, but an amendment took it from dealing with first responders and PTSD to stadium districts and taxes.
That is so crazy. A bill that started off, it's House Bill 2272, something like that, started off completely different, and now it's about theme park districts? Watch this.
HB 2274 started out as a way to give first responders access to PTSD treatment. It passed the House, moved to the Senate.
However, a strike everything amendment has removed any support for first responders.
A strike everything amendment removes everything else and converts the bill to something different. In this case, a bill about theme park districts.
It's like a total flip. It's like a total rug pull. Here we're doing this. Here's what the bill's about. Whoop. Nope. It's actually about something completely different. And you know what? Now, as I get deeper into politics because of sports, I'm not surprised by these types of things anymore. I'm really not.
That's what opponents were talking about at a press conference this morning.
We helped organize Tempe residents to stand up against predatory development, and now these lawmakers want to make it harder for us to unite for our community members.
These groups helped defeat the last proposed Coyote Stadium in Tempe.
That was back in May of 2023. That's the plan where they wanted to take the dump site and they wanted to redo it and get a little bit of public funding from it. And anyway, that one failed, which led to the site now that they're trying to go for.
Referring it to a public vote. Now they say the revised bill would make it easier to establish a theme park district without city input. The bill says if a city doesn't participate in establishing a district, it doesn't get to be represented on the board of that district.
The Coyotes don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to keep the promises to the past, and they don't want to keep making promises to our future. They just want to keep themselves making profit.
This is not good, by the way, to have politicians already vehemently opposed to what you're trying to do. And I think, you know, in the press conferences, what was clearly said is this is going to be entirely privately financed. So why are we even going down this road? Oh, you're about to see.
State Senator Juan Mendez says this bill is aimed squarely at the former Arizona Coyotes. Owner Alex Meruelo has 5 years to build a new arena if he wants another NHL team, which he said will be done without taxpayer money. But he also said he wants a theme park district, which would add a 9% sales tax to help pay for construction.
There you go. So it wouldn't cost maybe taxpayers in a sense of increased taxes. It's a pay-to-play type situation. If you come here to this theme park district, you're paying taxes, which are not captured by maybe the city or the county or the state. It goes directly right back into paying for this. So maybe it's not entirely privately funded. I don't have confirmation on that. It's the question of that. We really don't know that part now, do we?
The most important and critical thing we have to do now is win that land auction June 27th.
My impression is that not every major metropolitan area is having these same kind of fights.
Oh, yes, they are. I can give you a lot of cities. The Bay Area, Chicago, Kansas City, heck, the Arizona Diamondbacks right around the corner. Every team, Milwaukee, dare I go on, the Brewers, every team, not every team, a lot of teams and cities and entities, government agencies, they're all having these fights about public money and this and that, and you promise this, and we'll move if we don't get that. So to go against the politician here, no, this is happening in a lot of places. I agree it's not great, it's not optimal, it's not desired by anybody, but yeah, these fights are happening all over the place.
Or has to resort to giving away foregoing taxes in order to incentivize people to come here.
So let me rewind that for a second. Giving away taxes, and I think that's the thing. It's not just that a 9% sales tax would be applied on that site. It's that the state and county or city of Phoenix, if that is in their jurisdiction, they wouldn't get any of that. The Coyotes would claim all of that tax money and then put it back towards what they paid to construct the site.
I'm here.
But new arenas take time, and time is running out if Meruelo wants to get another NHL team to Phoenix.
People with this kind of money can wait. Time to them does not mean the same as time for us.
Actually, in this situation, I know what he's saying. In this situation, it's not true. There's some urgency to the matter.
So, these kinds of deals, they can sit on them for a long time. So I don't see him leaving after this.
He does only have 5 years to get this thing built if he wants the team back.
Yeah. 5 years is a long time for legislative sessions.
A spokesman for Meruelo said he did not want to comment for this story. William Pitts, 12 News.
Hey, you know what? That's a lot right there. And again, it doesn't necessarily make sense if it was promised to be privately funded to avoid anything like this and avoid votes. Well, maybe this is a way, if it passes this House bill, maybe it does avoid all votes, but it's still not privately funded and financed. And because this is so interesting and because that comes from the NBC affiliate, I also want to show you what the ABC affiliate said in their coverage of this story. This gives a little bit more detail on the whole concept of a theme park district, and it begins like this from ABC 15. Senator Jake Hoffman, a Republican who represents District 15, is proposing that strike everything amendment to HB 2274 that would modify the state law on theme park districts. These special taxing districts are exempt from state and local income and property taxes. So that's a whole nother part. Before I was talking about, well, the 9% sales tax that they get to apply, that they get to capture and retain. But this site, because of the theme park district, is also now exempt from state and local property taxes and income taxes. So that's another huge bonus. It's not just what you get back, but it's also what you don't have to give in state and local taxes. And they can charge those patrons that sales tax that was mentioned there by NBC, about 9%, revenue that can be used to help pay for the development. Under current state law, and here's what the change is, theme park districts are created by cities. Hoffman's amendment would allow counties to also create them and potentially override any objections or input from cities. So I suppose it gives you double options here. If the city of Phoenix didn't want to allow a theme park district, then maybe the county, the overlying county would. It gives you more options to go this route. But the most important part is the theme park district kind of goes against the whole privately funded project idea. Senator Juan Mendez, a Democrat who represents District 8, said the bill would reduce local control. Quote, "It makes it easier for developers like sports teams, owners of all people, to get tax money by cutting out our cities from the decision-making process," he said. Meruelo has said an arena complex will be privately funded. His arena complex will be privately funded. Quote, "We're going to fund this 100% on our own when it comes to the land, purchasing the land, when it comes to the building, when it comes to the infrastructure. All that comes on my nickel, my money," he told ABC 15 Arizona earlier this month. So again, we've got some questions here, and I don't know how much involvement he truly has behind HB 2274 or if that's really what we're seeing unfold. But he did mention the theme park district, Meruelo did, and that he would need some help making sure that's a reality. But Mendez pointed to the tax breaks and the sales tax revenue that the Coyotes could generate with the theme park district. So again, the big date is about 2 months away, right? June 27th for the land auction. But this opens up a whole other complication to the matter. Is this being done with the thoughts that income tax and property tax are wiped away and a sales tax goes right back to funding this, and that it is funded by taxpayers and not privately financed? I guess we'll find out. We'll keep an eye on this development. Hey, thumbs up since you made it here to the end of the video. You know that'll help me and this channel and this video. And by the way, if you've never seen me before, that's actually a good thing. I'm glad you did. But go down below right now and hit that subscribe button so I can definitely see you back here next time.